Yo, what's up guys, OPTCG here, back at it again with a deck profile video. So today we're gonna do none other than Red Purple Luffy. This post went insane hard on my Twitter, so a lot of people want to see deck profile. So yeah, it's a 6k leader, 3 lives, activate main once per turn if you have 0 Dawn cards on your field, or 8 or more Dawn cards on your field. Add up to 1 Dawn card from your Dawn deck and set it's active. So yeah, this is just a small white beard. It has not the draw effect, so you don't have to take your own life, but still, 6k leader is insanely strong in this game, and then 3 life. And you can ramp insanely hard with this leader, it's insane. Like at turn 4, you're already at 9 dons if you play it correctly, and then you can just spam out your big bodies. But yeah, let's go right into deck profile. For our 1 costs, we play of course the 4 times Tony Chopper. This is your standard 1 cost blocker, no counter, not searchable because Nami is banned for like a month. But yeah, in OPO 5 I will definitely make a new list and hope that the 9 cost Newgate and Radical Beam are unlimited. They're back to 4, now they're all at 1. But yeah, 1 cost blocker, not searchable. And yes, it's different sleeves because some are in my main deck and some are in my binders, so ignore that. Play it on the sim. And then for our next cards we have 4 times the Otama. So this card is really good because you do have some cards that require a lower power from your opponent to play them. So this will help, but primarily it's your 2k counter, so you just want to use it for the 2k counter. But for late game, you can just combo it off with your big bodies that have a requirement for power, which you will see later. Then we go from 1 cost to 4 costs. We don't play any other costs. So we play the 4 times Basil Hawkins from OP01. This card is insane because on play add 1 Dawn deck from your Dawn deck and rest it. So it's 4 Dawns, you go to 5. Or if you are at 6, you go to 7, and then you go 8, 9, and use leader effect, etc, etc. So basically you just ramp insanely hard, and the trigger is play this card. It's a 4 cost, 2k body, so you can attack with it, but you don't really want to attack with it, because you have to invest like 3 or 5 dons. Then for our next 4 costs, we play 4 times Bart from the new ST10. Yeah, this is your ramp card, 4 cost, 5k, 1000 counter, on play, rest 1 Dawn, so you need 5 Dawns or more to make this card possible. Add 1 Dawn deck from your Dawn deck as active. So basically, if you're at 5 Dawns, you play this, you rest 1, you go to 6, and then next turns you go to 7, 8, use leader effect, you're at 9 already. So, like I said, this deck just ramps like no tomorrow. And then for other 4 costs, we play the Law. So Law is in here because it's a 4 cost blocker. You can also attack with it if you want to, but still you need some blockers because you're a 3 health leader. You will go to 2 and 1 lives really quickly. But yeah, this will also punish your opponents if they don't play around the 7 card requirement for this card. So it's a blocker on play if your opponent Dawn -1. On play Dawn -1 if your opponent has 7 or more cards, they trash 2, or you choose to trash 2. So yeah, insanely good, valuable, because they go to 5. And then for our last 4 costs, we only play 2 times Khalifa. Khalifa is here just for a 2k counter, but if you have to, you can just play her, use her effect. When attacking, Dawn -1, draw 2 cards, trash 1. So this is basically like your queen, but then you have to attack. But yeah, you wanna, like I said, you wanna use it for the 2k counter, and if not, you just play it, and then you attach it, Dawn, and then swing, I guess. And then for our 5 costs, we play, of course, 4 times the queen. This card is insane. I really hope we get a affordable alt art and not the Treasure Cup one. But yeah, insanely good card, 5 cost, 6k body, blocker, 1000 counter, on play, Dawn -1, draw 2, trash 1. So this will help to filter out your non-counters or your combo pieces or your events that you need to get. Insanely good. And then for our 5 costs, we play the 4 times X-Drake. X-Drake is here just pure for the 2k counter. But if you have no other play, you just play it. It's a 5 cost, a 5k body. On play, Dawn -1, your opponent trashes 1 card, so they can choose what to trash. But still, if they have 2 cards or 1 in hand, then you will trash them to 1 or to 0, and then you will definitely know what card they have if you remember what they added with searchers. So this will definitely give you a lot of hand information late game or end game if they have less hand size. But yeah, you get it. Then for our 7 cost, we play, of course, the Eustace Captain Kit. So this card makes your leader just 7k in your turn and in your opponent's turn, or 8 if you play 2 of them. Insanely strong. And someone said in my last video that I say insane way too much. I will try to minder it. But yeah, good card, 7 cost, 8k, no counter, on play when attacking, Dawn -1. Your leader gains 1000 power until the start of your next turn. So in your turn it becomes 7, and in your opponent's turn it becomes 7. So this is just a defensive card, because then your leader is 7, and they have to swing more, and you can just counter easily. So yeah, this is basically one of the win cons of the deck. Then for our next card, we play the 4x Shanks. Yeah. So Shanks is basically just your rusher of the deck. It's a 9 cost, and you can definitely go insanely quick to 9 cost. Okay, sorry guys, I say insane way too much. Should I redo the video? Nah. But yeah, 9 cost, rush. When attacking, your opponent cannot activate blockers with a power that is 2000 or less during this battle. So a lot of people play 1 cost blockers or Brûlé, and that's also 2k, so you can just bypass them. They cannot activate blockers, so you can definitely destroy their bodies. And now with kit in the format, if they play the 8 cost kit and they play a Badge or a Killer, you can just swing for 11 or even more if you want to, of course. You can swing for 11 into the 8 cost kit. They cannot activate the blocker, so they have to discard their entire hand or something. But yeah, insanely good card, and like I said, you just have Otama to reduce it. Usually 1 Otama is enough, but if you have bigger blockers on the field, you need more Otamas. But still, really good card. Yeah, and like I said, you can go to 9 insanely quick with this deck, because you ramp up. You are at 9 or 10 dons when your opponent's at 6 or 7 dons. It's insane. And then for our next 1 cost, we play, of course, the 1 Whitebeard. Yeah, best card in this entire deck. Sadly, it's not at 4 like in Japan. Here's at 1. But yeah, 9 cost. Once again, we ramp insanely quick. On play, you're up to one of your leaders, gain 2000 power during this turn, or next to your opponent's turn. So it's a 8k leader in your turn and in your opponent's turn. Then it's just go to 6 again the next turn. But yeah, Don 2, when attacking, KO up to one of your opponent's characters with a cost of 3000 or less. So this card is really good in this deck, because if you play the kit before and then you do this, you're a 9k leader in your turn and in your opponent's turn. So yeah, like I said, this deck is really good, but still, we need the unbanned cards back. Okay, sorry, all my cards are falling down. And then for our 10 Don cards, yeah, we play 10 costs. We play the Monkey D. Luffy from the ST10. This card is really, really good. 10 cost, 11k power, rush. Once per turn, when your opponent activates a blocker, you may KO a 8000 or less. This is really good, because this card doesn't have to attack. So like, if you attack, they will just counter it out, or they get the damage. And then you attack with another body, they decide to block it. This card will still trigger and use the KO effect. So this card doesn't need to be the one to attacking. Just if you attack in your turn while this card is on the field, you can KO something. That is really good. But yeah, this is a massive rush deck. But if the 9 cost comes back, then we will definitely cut this. But for now, it's really good. And then for our events, we play 3 times the guard point. Yeah, because we play a lot of high bodies, we don't really have a lot of card counter power over for events, because you definitely just want to play the 10 cost or the 9, and then you swing with leader 7, or if you go minus, you can just get it back with Luffy. That's also really important. If you are at 9 dons or something, and you play the kit, usually the effect you get the don back, you can put it to leader, you will become an 8k leader if you attack. So be mindful, you can just ramp up really quick. But yeah, just a counter, put it there. And then for our last counter event, we play the Radical Beam. This card needs to come back to 4 for this deck. Everyone knows it. And then for our last card, of course, we play 4 times Lead Performer Disaster. And I think, what? Bro, read the card. Main, draw 1 card, add 1 card from your Don deck and set it active. So if you had 4 Dons, you use this, you draw a card, you get a Don, and you can swing for 7. Really good card, and like I said, this deck just ramps up insanely quick till your 9 cost and 10 cost Don plays, because that's where the power shines from this deck. But yeah, insane. Okay, sorry, I say insane way too much. Damn it, Balin. Now thanks to you. It's annoying me. But yeah, good leader. And I hope the ban list will drop the 9 cost and Radical Beam, so this deck can become better. But once again, if the ban list on 8th December is gone, we'll definitely play Nami in this list. But yeah, that's it. Quick video. A lot of people want to see a deck list, so I hope this was a good explanation. The deck talks for itself. It's not a combo deck, it's just a ramp and swing big deck, so you don't really need to think a lot. Yes, we run a lot of 2k counters, so you can definitely switch some cards up, but I think the big bodies of this deck are really good, and also what you should keep, and then the rest you can switch definitely. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you like it, give it a like. If you dislike it, dislike it. If you want to see more content, subscribe. And this deck list was submitted by Jeffrey van Driessen, so thank you. But yeah, that's it for me. See you guys next video. Peace.